Hey everyone, it's Tiffany and I'm back with another video. This time it is a in-depth review and swatch of all three Anastasia Norvina palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So not sure what was going on. A lot of people didn't seem to know what was going on. I saw there was a lot of complaints on their Instagram because all of these releases happened right after Jackie Aina released her palette, and now they're releasing another palette. So it's just been a lot of chaos. There was the entire collection was released very quickly. There was not much space in between the first, second, and third. So if you're curious and you're debating on whether or not you want to buy these palettes, I hope this video will be useful for you. I have the mirror facing down to not blind you all. But here is the palette. This is, of course, upside down. This is the first one. So volume 1. Looks very pretty, very pink, purple. There's some gold and some warm colors. So I am going to go ahead and swatch it. So, none of these have names. It's like A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. I'm not sure why they got released like that, unless they just didn't feel like naming it. So, I'm going to go ahead. If you're curious, I don't swatch mine. I don't dig my fingers in or anything like that. I have no reason to lie. And even if I did, that's not who I am. So, I lightly touch it. Enough, to get the pigment off, and we'll do some swatches. So, nothing on my fingers. We're going right in. And so, just from right off the bat, we're going to do that. I'm going to sit this down so it'll make it easier. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. The first shades. First 4 shades. It's kind of hard to tell because I am so pale, but there is a very pretty lilac shade. I was very impressed with this palette overall. And let me get this pink color in. Swatched kind of awkwardly. The pink is okay. It's kind of dry. I just went in for a second swatch. It's alright. We're going to go in with the second row. Looks like this. And there is that second row. One swatch. Again, very pretty, very pigmented. If I had to rate the palettes in pigmentation, I would rate volume 1, volume 3, then volume 2. Volume 2 I wasn't as impressed with, but I don't regret getting it. Okay, so the third row. Did that slightly out of order. I switched up the order of 2 of the shades. Whew, okay. Dang, that color though. And that one's swatched very awkwardly. But there is the third row. This is a matte white. I'm almost the color of the matte white. That's nuts. But as you can see, those are pretty good. This one was just swatched really awkward. Let me try and see if I can do that better. Because I swatched it on a dry part of my skin. So, there's that. I'm actually impressed with most of the shades, which I have gotten use out of. So I'm going to wipe this off with a makeup remover and then dry my hand and fingers so that I'm not touching. Dang, look at all that pigment. So that I'm not touching it with wet hands and, intensifying the swatches, because I don't want to ruin the integrity of this. So don't mind me as I dry it. Okay, so there are 5 rows. There are 25 shades in each palette. We're going into row 4. Oh, that felt really nice. So it looks like this. Row 4 is kind of different. Dang. Looks like that. Like, the blues are actually pretty impressive in this one. Even this matte blue shade, it's matte with glitter in it. And then we're going to do row 5. Now, row 5 has the colors E1 through E5, and E1 is probably one of my favorite shades out of this palette. So let me go. I was drying my hands off. Got them right here. And that's E1. Nuts. I don't know why it looks like that. I only swatched this one once. It's definitely drier. Some of these matte shades are a bit drier than normal, but they still work good, and they work relatively well on the eyes. Definitely impressed with the formula, and I think it's staying in my hand. So, I think there was a disclosure about that as well on the websites and on the palette itself, about some of these being pigments and not recommended for eye use because of the staining. As you can see, some of it's not coming off. So, all of that was this palette, and I love it. Okay. So, shortly after Norvina released the first one, Volume 2 was released. Like I said, it's probably my least favorite of all three, but I still find it beautiful. It's got more mattes than the other one did. So, this is definitely for the blue and green lovers. So, we're going to go in order. Let's see. And I've used this palette only once, so I can't say like all of the shades are fabulous, but, or not. There we go. Oh, definitely got some crumbly on that one, but that pink is super pigmented in the top corner. There is row 1. Very nice. Now, I think it was some of the blue shades. I think I had to use like 4 or 5 of the blue shades for a blue eye look I did last week. And let's see. That's the one I had trouble blending. Okay. Next row. Yeah, so you can kind of tell on row 2 that the blue and greens are fainter. So definitely less pigmentation on those. And I think 2 or 3 of those blues are the ones I used in the look. Row 1 looked great, 2 not so much. Let me see if I can fit 3 on this hand. Let's see. Dry my hand off. And looks like this. I do say that C1 is my favorite from this row, probably from this palette. C1's better, or I'm sorry, row C is better. You see that reflectiveness? That is gorgeous. It reminds me of the shade Electric from Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. So, as you can see, some of these blues are also kind of similar, but that one, better pigmentation than the other. Okay. We'll wipe this off, and we got 2 more, so that you can see that. My hand is kind of tinted blue right now, and I need a new makeup remover wipe. Okay. Drying myself off. I have a pink towel. And I have congestion as usual. Hello, allergies. You are not my friend. Okay. This is row 4. Look at that. Bam. Sorry. This needs a moment on its own. Look at this. That's nuts. Okay. Row 4 does a lot better. Like, look at that. That metallic shade, which is D1, is nuts. Very impressive. Very beautiful. Okay. And then the last one, which I think only has one shimmer. Let me hold the palette in place. Looks like this. And do you see that? Like, that's crazy. Okay. Boom. Boom. Better. So there were some hits, as you can see. But I mean, it's a good palette. All three of them are good. I don't have any regrets on purchasing them. And I think that if you are building your collection, that this is a great way to start, because there are different shades of blues and greens in this one, so that you can get some gradient effects. So all of those were the volume 2. Gorgeous. These 2 shades, though. Awesome. Okay. Now, for volume 3, I know a lot of people were really excited about this. My best friend said she wants to get this one, if any of them, because this was her favorite. It's like, hello, summer. But I think it could also be very good for fall, because there are plenty of oranges and browns, as well as some pops of color. So, we'll get into this one as well. And that way you all can see what it looks like without, like, people having these manufactured looking swatches that you can tell are like, this is row 1, which I think looks excellent. It's hard because, once again, I'm pale, but there it goes. That looks pretty good. I like the chartreuse color. It shows up well and blends well on the eyes because I have used it. Let's see, row 2. Looks like this. Ooh, these shimmer shades, though. Oh my gosh. Again, some patchy. Okay, can you see that green shade right underneath this gorgeousness, which is B1, that reflective blue-green? The green and the pink are kind of meh, but the others are really pretty. And then we will get row C, which is just C1 through C5. All of the palettes are the same. It's like A, 1 through 5, B, all the way to E. Looks like this. There's some more shimmers in this one, and I like it. Oh my gosh. Look at this gold. Holy shit. Okay. Bam. Look at this one. I mean, this one might be more pigmented than the first one. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. But it's certainly beautiful. I have no regrets buying them. In fact, I've actually decluttered some other palettes that I have, because I felt like these were so wholesome, as far as color variation and what looks you can achieve from them, because there are plenty of neutral shades. Okay. Row 4. Whew, that one's so pretty. Dang. Look at that. My hand, you can probably tell, is dry. Like, these are all dry swatches, and that's just crazy pretty. Together, that would be a very pretty fall look. I need to keep that in mind, because that's really super pretty. Okay. And now, final row is, of course, E1 through 5. And I have this sitting down, that way I could swatch it easy. The green, kind of a dud. Not kind of, that's a dud. Other shades are actually pretty good. Like, overall, I think these palettes are impressive. I think they're gorgeous. I think they offer a lot of variety. I think they're priced well. Like at first it was kind of like, oh crap, because they're $60 a piece. For the average person, customer like myself, that's a lot. Especially if you want all three, because that's shelling out $180. Which is, I mean, that can be a lot of money. But I think that they're well made. They're very hard plastic with a metallic close. They have this foil appearance. They're very nice, and the mirror is stiff enough that it can be that it doesn't like fall back or anything, so you can do your makeup with ease. And it's quite large, so you can actually see into it very well. The quality of it is very good. So if you're on the fence, I think they're all excellent palettes. 1 and 2 definitely better quality than, or 1 and 3 definitely better quality than volume 2. But volume 2 was excellent too. Like there were some shades that weren't as pigmented in all of them. I feel like blue had just like 1 or 2 more, which wasn't even much to begin with. So they're definitely great buys. If you're trying to build your collection, you want variety, you want color, you want good quality. All 3 of these are excellent. Pick, of course, what colors you gravitate towards the most, or if you want to try something new, go for it, because all of them are full of color. But they do have neutral shades, so I've gotten neutral looks. I've worn the volume 1 the most. I've worn it maybe 5 or 6 times. A couple times out of those, I was able to wear just some neutral browns and golds. And it was very work appropriate for people who are concerned about that, but you can get plenty of fun looks too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to put out more stuff. I like doing these videos so that I can help people know how to spend their money and what to spend it on. So you have a good day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.